Luhansk region on fire. Rubizhne, Severodonetsk, Lysychansk, Kreminna, Zolote. These are the towns near the so-called DPR and LPR, where the occupiers are firing instantly on March the 11th. Infrastructure and residential areas were damaged, and the nursing home burned down from shelling in Rubizhne. Most cruelly, the Russian army started destroying the city Zolote along with its inhabitants. The fire strikes several times per hour. People do not come out of shelters. Another hot spot on the map of Ukraine is Sumy region. There, the occupiers dropped 5 air bombs on the children's camp Zoryany, near the village of Olshanka. Only the walls of the building remained. Whether there are any victims is not yet known. In total, 78 children were killed during the 15 days of Russian full-scale war against Ukraine. He knew he was dropping bombs on the civilians, but he carried out a criminal order. This is the confession of one of the Russian pilots who was captured by Ukrainian military. Today, during the briefing, he confessed he managed to make 3 flights to the territory of Ukraine, and during one of them, he dropped 4 tons of high explosive bombs on residential buildings. Maxim Kryshtop is a captured Russian pilot.
В процессе выполнения боевой задачи я понял, что целью являются не военные объекты противника, а жилые дома и мирные люди. Но преступный приказ я выполнил. После бомбометания был сбит средствами ПВО Украины. После приземления был взят в плен военнослужащими Национальной гвардии Украины. Осознаю и признаю чудовищных преступлений, совершенных мною.
The occupier noted that he would have continued to obey criminal orders if he had not been shut down. They were informed of their participation in the military operation in Ukraine in January. Russia is dragging the Belarusian army into a war against Ukraine. While the self-proclaimed president Alexander Lukashenko paid a visit to Moscow, Russia insidiously staged a provocation. According to the Air Force Command of Ukraine, on March the 11th, at 2:30 a.m., Russian planes taking off from the Belarusian airfield in Dubrovitsa flew into the territory of Ukraine, turned around, and then inflicted a fire defeat on the village of Kopany in Belarus. At the same time, Ukrainian territory was also shelled. This is an insidious provocation aimed at accusing Ukraine of bombing Belarusian settlements and thus involving Belarus in war with Russia unleashed, said Ukrainian Defense Minister Oleksiy Reznikov. I guarantee that the Ukrainian army did not plan, is not planning, and will not plan any aggressive actions against Belarus. During 15 days of the war, the Ukrainian armed forces liquidated over 12,000 Russian soldiers. Do not let your country be dragged into this war. Save the lives of your loved ones. Do not let the Kremlin destroy the future of Belarus. Ukraine calls on Belarusians not to believe in the propaganda and not to be led by the Kremlin provocations.
Не дайте втянуть себя в войну, она вам не нужна. Мы за 15 дней уничтожили больше 12 тысяч российских военных. Не надо вам попадать в их число.
Russia attacks not only physically. It has been waging an information war against the world and peace for a long time.
Зона свободной торговли с Европой – это прямая сдача страны, ее разорение.
В подгузниках 44 человека, небритых, пьяных, с теми же самыми шевронами.
Every day, millions of people listen to and read the outright lies of Russian journalists about Nazis in Ukraine, bloodthirsty Europe, and envious America.
Самый неэффективный альянс, который можно себе только представить.
Putin's propagandists stage fake news stories, defacing the main rule of journalism – honesty.
Это первая из нашей страны колонна с гуманитарной помощью мирному населению Украины.
Ребята, кому-то надо, пожрать от оккупантов.
Since the beginning of the Russian invasion of Ukraine, the amount of Russian propaganda has grown to 90% worldwide. The aim of Kremlin mouthpieces is to spread panic, justify the war, and undermine the world's attitude to Ukraine.
Могут погибнуть мирные люди.
Сейчас в Херсонской области ряд населенных пунктов перешел под контроль очень вежливых людей.
The worst thing is that while the whole civilized world refuses to cooperate with Russia, Russian media are still broadcasting in Europe. The world must know the truth. It has only one interpretation. And Russian TV channels show the opposite.
Особый интерес вызвала детальная информация о реализации США на территории Украины проекта по изучению переноса патогенов дикими птицами.
Turn off Russian propaganda. Say no to fakes and war.